Good evening, good evening. Welcome to another edition of SWAC Saturday on a Tuesday with SheLovesThee. Lord, I see some trolling early. Dang, 662 Smoot. 662 is Mississippi, but he's got a Gremlin logo and he's already with the shits. Goodness gracious. Well, we are going to talk about a lot of different topics tonight. We can open up with prayers for, where is that at? Prayers for Kentucky State. Definitely, absolutely. Let me go ahead and pull that article up so I can read it for you guys. Because, woo. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, Kentucky State. So as you all know, Kentucky State is located in Frankfort, Kentucky. Kentucky State is the second oldest state-supported institution of higher learning in Kentucky. A little bit of background. There was a school shooting today. One person was killed and another person was in critical condition after police responded to an active aggressor at Kentucky State University. During a news conference Tuesday evening, Frankfort Police Assistant Chief Scott Tracy said a shooting was reported on campus around 3:10 p.m. Officers arrived to the scene about 4 minutes later. The campus police had already taken a suspect who is not a Kentucky State student into custody. Police identified the suspect as Jacob Lee Bard. Vine records show Bard is 48 years old. Y'all, I don't know. I'm sure they're going to release a picture of the Jacob Lee Bard person. Tracy said 2 students were shot and taken to a nearby hospital where one died and the other remains in critical condition. The shooting happened near Whitney M. Young Jr. Hall on campus. We just heard it and everyone rushed outside. So it was kind of just like, it was a big deal, but we were still cautious as well. Everyone is in the windows just watching around, having something happen right here in our grill, right where we are, right where we stay. It was kind of different. I feel like we need to come together as students, as school, and address some of the underlying topics that needs to be going on. Like, how was this even able to happen? And why was this even something that could happen? So officials said counseling and support services are available to faculty and staff impacted. Classes, final exams, and campus activities are going to be suspended for the rest of the week. And students were told they're welcome to return home. Oh, all classes, final exam, and campus activities are suspended for the rest of the week. So Kentucky State campus is on lockdown until further notice. It'll be interesting to see who the person is. I'll be very interested to see what the motivation was behind that. Hopefully it wasn't. This is one of the reasons why, even though we have public HBCUs, and as a public HBCU, it's not really something such as a closed campus. With the increase in like school shootings and stuff, they have to reel it in terms of who they allow on their campus, or, you know, it's supposed to be an open campus, but you just can't be wandering around and you're not a student. Like our security depends on it. So prayers for all of the student, staff, faculty, and the families of those affected. Yes, Poplight. I can't really say anything right now because I wanted to try to like get a picture, and I'm kind of like wondering why. I don't want to say that it's a racially motivated shooting because I don't know what the ethnicity of the shooter is, but it's a little suspicious, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so tonight on the docket, I'm gonna let you guys choose. Wait a minute. Wait. Miss Shonda says she canceled before she even got, when she got to the car, canceled. Miss Shonda said, let me get that cancellation about you. Lord have mercy. We're gonna definitely talk about the Celebration Bowl this weekend. And oh, Miss Natasha. Oh, goodness gracious. Lord have mercy. I wonder how many rooms Atlanta, like, was it just like a ding 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 ding, cancel. I'm wondering if it was one of those type of things. Ooh. All right. That is interesting. But I will say that Jackson State Tigers, it's the next weekend. It's all in, there is another opportunity to go to Atlanta. I mean, if you were just planning on taking a trip to Atlanta, we do have the Chris Paul Classic in Atlanta, Georgia. And it actually takes place, I want to say next. Let me make sure. I'm going to make sure I'm giving y'all the right dates. I want to say it takes place next weekend, though. Yeah, it does. Next Thursday and Friday. Let me pull this up for you. You don't have to, if you can reschedule your plans to head to Atlanta. I'm going to pull it up for you guys. So the Chris Paul HBCU Classic presented by AARP, 2 days, 2 baskets, HBCU basketball. It's taking place in Gateway Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. And I don't know if you guys went to the SWAC Championship last year for basketball, but it's going to be in that same arena in Atlanta, Georgia. Me and my son went to that particular, we went to the SWAC Championship last year in Atlanta. They have hotels like right, it's kind of, I don't know how cold it is in Atlanta. I know it's cold up here. But when we were at the SWAC Championship last year, me and my son, we literally could just walk to our hotel. I want to say those like group of hotels right there, they have free breakfast and everything. And being that I haven't seen that much in terms of like promoting and stuff like that, I don't know how much. Let me see how much the tickets are. Okay. They have multiple sessions. So, dang, I didn't know you had to buy tickets for each session. They should have just did something where it was like a group ticket thing. But anyway, they have Clark Atlanta versus Lincoln University, Morehouse College versus Fayetteville State University. That's Division II. At 5 o'clock on Thursday, they have Jackson State versus Hampton University. And then at 7:30 p.m., they have Norfolk State versus Grambling. And then on Friday, they have like the reverse. They have Morehouse playing Lincoln University, and they have Clark Atlanta University playing Fayetteville State. So I think that a lot of people were looking at that Friday game just because of the time frame that it's available, and the fact that 5 o'clock is hard to get to in Atlanta in terms of traffic. But that session is at 5 p.m. and it's Hampton University versus Grambling State. And then at 7:30 p.m., it's Jackson State versus Norfolk State. So if you still wanted to go head to Atlanta and support Jackson State Tigers, it would be in a different capacity. It'll be basketball. Tickets are $44.75 or $355 for VIP general admission. So, yeah. There is the information right there. It says, and now they're offering folks to come. What discounts are they offering, Brother George? What are you talking about? What discounts? Okay. If you would like to still, or you're still thinking about, because some people are still thinking about heading to Atlanta for the Celebration Bowl. I'm gonna look that stuff up for you guys. The Celebration Bowl of MEAC versus SWAC is still going to go on at 12 p.m. Some folks living in the Atlanta area. I know Stock Talk live in the Atlanta area, and a couple of other folks, so they still might be going to the Cricket Celebration Bowl, or they live like close by or whatever. So tickets are $45 right now. And they have a deal now, like if you buy 4 tickets, then you can get them for $34 a piece. So we'll talk about the matchup later in terms of head coach Chennis of South Carolina State and head coach Tremaine Jackson of Prairie View A&M. Both coaches are the coach of the year. So We will talk about that. Bro, George is like, it's above me now. Listen, I know for a fact that the SWAC will support its team, whether you actually attend or you turn it on ABC at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Central. Make sure that you can do one or the other. Give them a little view. This is a great matchup in terms of South Carolina State returning back to the Celebration Bowl. They pretty much was outmatched last year with Jackson State. So there's that. All right, let me get my list of things I'm supposed to be talking about, honey. All right, so tonight's topics are, and you know, when y'all start getting up in this chat now, y'all gonna behave now. Behave. We're going to be talking about Jackson State early signing day. We're going to be talking about the recent transfer portal, like what's been going on in terms of, what's been going on with that. We'll talk about it. And then we got an HBCU coaching change. I haven't actually heard anything directly from the school, but I'm sure that we'll hear some stuff about it. So y'all, we gonna behave in these comments. We're gonna behave. We are not gonna cut up tonight. We can cut up a little bit, but y'all behave now. We can get ready to start talking about these transfers, and we want to be supportive and respectful of student athletes' decisions. And you just, you never know. We don't know who, what, when, where, or why, right? So let's just be respectful of the student athletes. Ooh. Hey, Mr. Ford.
Hey, baby, you doing all right?
I am doing beautiful. I'm blessed and highly favored. How are you doing, Mr. Ford?
I'm hanging in there, baby. I'm doing all right, doing good, Charlie. Yeah, it's kind of chilly out here in Atlanta. I don't know if it's cold. Now, what's your temperature in Charlotte?
Oh, Mr. Ford, it is so cold outside that my son had a 2-hour delay today. And yesterday, I got up, I was like, does Braxton gotta go to school today? It was like kind of like raining and there was no message. So I took him to school, and then I got a message and it was like, the kids are happy. And I looked outside, it was like 11:15, and it was snowing. We got snow yesterday, Mr. Ford.
No, Charlotte got snow?
No, not Charlotte, like further up.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
yeah, they canceled school. So
Oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mr. Ford,
Uh-huh.
are you gonna behave tonight?
Yeah, I'm behaving. Oh, oh yeah.
I'm sure you have all the tea, right? So I don't really have to say nothing, right?
I have to. You have to tell me now, because I've been getting bits and pieces. I talked to Doc. I talked to Doc last night, and he told me some stuff.
Oh, well, I don't have the tea. I was hoping you had it. But we have like I changed my layout. All right. So we have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about tonight.
Mhm.
One of the things that I wanted to do is go over Jackson State's early signing day. And
Okay.
then, of course, we do have some transfer portal news, Mr. Ford.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
folks, does, it's a way, it's part of the game, which
Yeah.
is
Yes, it is.
once the season is over,
Yeah.
student athletes make their decisions. Coaches have those talks and sit downs with other student athletes, and they have to make that decision on whether or not they're going to hop in the portal, or if they're going to stay, or whether or not they're planning on going to a Power 4, Power 5, maybe another SWAC school, maybe another HBCU, maybe they're going down D2. Like, this is just a part of the game. The name of the game, though, is always is you want to be able to strengthen what you're able to keep,
Right. Mm-hmm.
replace what you lose,
Right.
and be competitive.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And in this day and age, you can't hit and you cannot miss with the transfer portal. Y'all seem like y'all, and when I say y'all, I mean like the fans and the administration and the expectation. They're not really even giving people 2 years.
Yeah, that's true.
You get what? 1.5 of recruiting cycle. If you're a brand new coach.
You basically get 2 springs.
We don't have that recruiting cycle anymore, Mr. Ford. You only
Yeah.
get the January recruiting cycle.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
then folks who are, when you graduate and have your degree, you used to be able to transfer whenever you felt like it. Like, you could just make the announcement and enter into the transfer portal as a grad transfer. Now they have limited that as well. So if you are, let's say you're a brand new head coach, right? And you're getting named head coach, even if you get named head coach this week, and you try to put together your staff and you try to get out like all these different offers to build your team, that's not a full recruiting cycle, Mr. Ford. That's a half of a
Yeah.
recruiting cycle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then whatever happens is what happens the first season, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you get another recruiting cycle and you have to hit the jackpot with it, because if not, they're going to be asking for you to exit stage left after the second year. Is that fair or foul, Mr. Ford?
That's the way the game goes right now. Because there's so much money on the line. These people, like we've always said, these people are not patient. Now, personally, I've got my eye on. I want to see what Marshall Falk brings in. I think Jackson's going to have an outstanding recruiting with the high school kids and with the transfer portal. I expect Alabama. Yeah, JUCO. I expect Jackson. I expect Alabama State to really be good with their recruiting. I'm looking at.
I think with Alabama State, so the one thing that Alabama State, now it is of course all about retention, but with Alabama State, I think that one thing that they have that's really, really good is that I want to say last year they got 7 wins, right? 7 or 8 wins last year. But their team is and was a really, really young team last year, Mr. Ford.
Right.
And so I'm not going to say they've been able to retain all of their talent, but again, this year, a lot of their team is young. And so when you have a team that's young and they're able to retain the talent, then that's really good. Jackson State has a lot of young talent on the offensive line. We do have a lot of older key pieces that are actually either they went into the transfer portal or they ran out of eligibility.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing. Like Alabama State has Andrew Body. I don't know if he's returning, but they also have the Smoot kid, and he was pretty good and dynamic. Jackson State has Lockhart. We still have Parker Stofa on as of right now. I want to say Ethan Terrell went into the transfer portal, Mr. Ford, and
Oh, you did?
yes, Ethan Terrell, and quarterback wise, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you have Jacoby and Morgan, of course. That's it was this last year of eligibility.
Right,
So,
right.
and then FAMU's quarterback RJ Johnson went into the portal, but folks are saying that the quarterback for Albany State might be headed to FAMU, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, that Isaiah Knowles kid.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I know Jackson State offered him quick.
They offered RJ. Who did they offer?
That I want to say he had an offer.
The Johnson or Knowles?
No, not RJ Johnson. What we gonna
Knowles?
do with RJ Johnson? Knowles, right?
Oh, okay. Mm. Yeah, I saw him play twice. Yeah, I saw him
play twice.
The Knowles kid. He's a Naval Academy transfer. Yeah. Yeah, I saw him play twice.
So we're gonna look at the early signing day class. We're gonna look at their huddles tonight, and let's go ahead and get this HBCU coaching out the way, Mr. Ford. Go ahead and get it out the way. You've been saying it for I don't know how long. How long have you been saying that FAMU was going to make some changes?
After I went down to the Albany State game.
Huh?
After I went to the Albany State game, when Albany State went down to Tallahassee and played Florida A&M.
You knew at that point.
Yeah, I knew he couldn't stay down there.
You knew he couldn't. Guess who's sleeping peacefully, Mr. Ford?
Who is that?
Miss Tiffany Don.
Oh, yeah.
Peacefully.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Tiger Nation, the undefeated. Can you please tell me that name? Unless it's in the 10 that I have already, the 10 that I read the other day, which I'm going to be pulling up their huddles. All right, Mr. Ford. I don't think that, have you been reading the Football Scoop?
That's what I read about COTY, Football Scoop.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and read it for anybody else. So Football Scoop is the premier source for coaching information. Oh, yeah.
And tell Miss Whitley,
you're not gonna say hi to nobody else but Miss Whitley?
Yeah, but I was gonna say, Miss Whitley, I am just shocked that y'all lost to Indiana now. I'm shocked. I didn't see the game, but I'm just shocked. I'm shocked now. Hey, what about Miss Dr. Kanisha on here? Is Dr. Kanisha on here?
Oh, Dr. Kanisha's not on here right now.
What about Brandy?
I haven't seen her.
Miss Mary? Was it Lady T?
I seen Miss Mary. Maybe I seen Miss Mary.
Hey, Miss Mary's FAMU.
Yeah, that's
Miss Mary a rattler. Yeah, Miss Mary's a rattler.
Yeah, Miss Mary.
She a rattler, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the ladies at my school was relieved today.
Oh, wait. They deleted the article, Mr. Ford.
Which one?
The FAMU article off of Football Scoop.
Oh, they did?
Yes, they did. Oh, that would be the biggest.
The one I read
Okay,
said
so I wanted to
they're
know, did
focusing
the
on
actual,
they was focusing on Quinn Gray.
I mean, did they get the actual, okay, I'll just read Florida A&M's press release. I'll just name that one. Whitley says she was in shock. She's talking about that how Ohio lost. Oh my God. I was in shock too.
Yeah, the people here in Georgia's pissed off because Ohio State still came out number 2 in the college football playoff rankings. They thought Georgia should have been over Ohio State, but the way it's looking, Georgia and Ohio State gonna have it out. They gonna meet up. Yeah.
FAMU president Marva B. Johnson today announced the appointment of Henry Burris, current FAMU's quarterback coach and co-offensive coordinator, as acting head football coach effective immediately until a permanent coach is named. The university extends its sincere gratitude to Coach James Colsey III, for his service and commitment to FAMU athletics. Coach Colsey's leadership during a period of transition and uncertainty provided stability and focus for our student athletes. We wish him continued success in his future endeavors. Excellence is the standard that extends across every aspect of our institution, from academics and research to athletics and community engagement. As the nation's top public HBCU, we are committed to operational excellence in everything we do. Our football program and all Rattler sports are critical drivers of university pride, student recruitment, alumni engagement, and institutional momentum. Success on the field elevates our entire university, creates economic opportunity for our region, and inspires the next generation of Rattler scholars and leaders. This leadership transition reflects our commitment building on the proud legacy of FAMU athletics and its storied superstars. Okay. So that happened.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mr. Ford? And it was on allegedly, it was his birthday.
Yeah, that's what I heard too, was his birthday. Yeah. Yesterday was his birthday.
But don't you think they could have done it, obviously, on another day?
They wasn't thinking about that, baby. These people thinking about money, filling up Bragg Stadium, playing in Atlanta in the Celebration Bowl, playing in other games in Atlanta. That's what them people are thinking about. They want FAMU to be that hot ticket again. That's what they thinking about. They wasn't thinking about his birthday.
Peggy said they were seniors anyway. Seniors, grad transfers, they was already on their way out.
Yeah.
Hey, Brother Bakari. So if FAMU does name Coach Quinn Gray as the next head coach of FAMU, I commend them for waiting and being respectful of the student athletes and Albany State and the coaches for not announcing while they were in the middle of their championship run.
Right. Yeah.
Because other folks are not so, respectful. Mr. Ford, they're going off in the chat. Miss Unica says they're like, so we had a couple of transfers go in, and Ed is saying everybody's panicking about third stringers leaving, and Miss Peggy said, well, they were seniors anyway. They only have 1 year of eligibility left. Like Marvin Landy went to the transfer portal. He had an injury that he sustained and he was out for a whole year.
Oh yeah, right.
And I think the reason why Marvin was even able to come back, I want to say he got an extra year off of the JUCO thing. A lot of these kids, they had an extra year of eligibility that they were able to take advantage of, I think.
Right.
Some of the players, they had injuries that took place and they were out all season. We did have, I think, Janilon Dupree, which is Marcus Dupree's grandson. He did enter into the transfer portal. He has 1 year of eligibility left.
Okay.
A lot of these young men, they graduated with a degree from Jackson State. Some of the older players.
Well, you go.
I'm waiting for Blue to put that up. I don't know where.
PC and Coach O do a great job of bringing in great talent to Jackson, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon. You know what? The person I'm waiting to see what they're gonna bring to Huntsville, to Normal. I want to see what Coach Sam Shea gonna bring in. I'm really looking at him. Of course, you know I'm looking at if it is true what Quinn will bring into Tallahassee. Yeah, because like they said, Ray Jackson gonna reload. You know that Jackson's ground zero for Black college football. That's the #1 spot right now. Everybody wants to go to Jackson.
Wait a minute. You mean after we lost to Prairie View, we were still ground zero, Mr. Ford?
Yes. Prairie View got 15 folks come to their games.
But I thought after Jackson State lost that the world was going to come to an end and the sky was going to fall out the bottom.
Nobody said that.
And
after Jackson State lost, it simply means that was round one. That was round one. Like I told them last night, it's Ali and Frazier. Round one. What I hope, listen, y'all need to invite them to Vegas. Bring them to Vegas, baby. Bring them to Vegas.
You just said them folks only bring 15 fans.
I bet you they'll come to Vegas. They'll come to Vegas.
No, and that's not right. That's not right now.
Yeah, they'll come to Vegas.
The sun hasn't risen since Saturday, Mr. Ford. Allegedly, we're spiraling. I mean, allegedly, we are spiraling out of control. We don't know what we're gonna do. Mr. Ford, you just dropped a gem, right? When you said that Jackson State is still the epicenter of HBCU football, you just dropped a dime right there, because by all accounts, everybody is acting like this is the second coming of a Dion exit. How will they ever survive?
Well, anyway, like I said, if I was the SWAC, I would push a rematch next season. If to me, I would have Jackson and Prairie View to meet in Vegas. If not Vegas, meet in Houston. Not on Prairie View's campus. In Houston, either at the RG. What's that RG? I'm sorry. What's that dome called in Vegas? I mean in Houston.
Well, the one in Vegas is Allegiant Stadium. I know that.
The one in Houston, where the Titans, the Texans play. What's the name of that dome in Houston? Yeah, NRG. If not NRG, meet on the campus of Rice University. Listen, I would milk this rivalry for every dime I could get if I was the SWAC office. I wouldn't wait till nobody rotate and all of that. I would have a rematch next year, 2026. I'd have a rematch.
Mr. Ford said, "Get it together."
Yeah.
I'm of the thought process that, we already have our matchups. I want to say there might be maybe Jackson State and Chicago next year. I mean, So here's my thing. This is just something I just wanted to ask you. So congratulations to Alabama State. They had 10 wins this year, right? Congratulations to Prairie View. They had their first 10-win season since 1965. They did a post on Instagram, or not Instagram, on Twitter, and it said that their first 10 season win since 1965.
Yeah, that was the last year of Billy Nix. That was the last year. I think that was the last year that he coached. Last year he was head coach at Prairie View.
Can you tell us about Billy Nix?
Billy Nix was like Arnett Mumford, Eddie Robinson, Jake Gaither, Big John Mary. Now, when I was a student at Grambling, Coach Robinson told us that when Billy Nix was the head coach at Prairie View, they couldn't do nothing with them. Now, if you go back and look at the Prairie View teams that would go down to the Orange Blossom Classic, okay, fam, you couldn't do nothing with them. See, the SWAC used to be dominated by Prairie View and Southern University. That was Arnett Mumford and Billy Nix. Billy Nix was actually from Georgia. He was from Griffin, Georgia. He actually coached at Marsh Brown. He left Marsh Brown and went to Prairie View. I think he had over 200 wins. You need to look him up. I think Billy Nix had over 200 wins, but he was something else. And I think his last year was 1965, I think. I'm not sure. But
ain't that the civil rights era, Mr. Ford?
Yeah, 1965, yeah. That was, wait a minute. The voting rights.
Is that Brown versus Board? Is that Brown versus Board?
No, Brown versus Board is 1954. The Civil Rights, we had the Civil Rights Act, and then we had the Voting Rights Act. I think the Voting Rights Act was 1965.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that man was legendary. Billy Nix was you got to remember, Billy Nix had people like Choo Choo Brackens, Kenny Houston, Otis Taylor. The guy that, I think he was going. I was about to say, Mr. T went to Prairie View. Remember Mr. T from the TV show? You remember that guy?
T.
Mr. T, what, Morehouse haircut?
Black guy?
Yeah, he was from Chicago.
Yeah, I know who that is. I know exactly
He went to Prairie View.
I have his. So let me stop and make this announcement real quick. Let me pull up the picture. Lord have mercy. Let me pull it up. So, here it is. Oops. I don't know why that picture's not pulling up correctly. So I am saddened to announce the passing of Rod Page.
No. When?
Let me put this up. Today.
Okay.
So let me pull up his picture. I am so sorry. I'm trying to do like 1,001 things at once. All right, share this tab.
Yeah, dog.
Okay. Okay. Rod Page, well, his full name is Roderick Rayner Page, was the 7th United States Secretary of Education from 2001 to 2005.
What?
He grew up in Mississippi. He moved from college football coach and classroom teacher to college dean and school superintendent. to be the first African American to serve as the Secretary of Education. He served as interim president at his alma mater, of course, Jackson State University, from November 2016 to November 2017. He earned his bachelor's degree from Jackson State University in Jackson, Mississippi, a master's degree and a doctor of education degree in physical education from Indiana University, Bloomington. He was born in Monticello, Mississippi, and he served the United States Navy from 1955 to 1957. So he was married to Stephanie Nellens. He had 2 children, Rod Jr. and Danielle, and he died at his home on December 9th at the age of 92. In Lawrence County School District in Monticello, Mississippi, they did rename the middle school Rod Page Middle School.
Okay.
And Houston Independent School District renamed its James Bowie Elementary School after Page to become Rod Page Elementary School as well.
Right.
So rest in peace.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Miss Mary's in here, Mr. Ford.
Hey, Miss Mary. Now, historically, the first time that Jackson State played Grambling at Veterans Memorial Stadium, he was the coach. Rod Page was the coach at Jackson State. He was the head coach.
Wait, say it again, Mr. Ford. He was the head football coach.
He was the head football coach. This was 1968. Grambling played Jackson State at Veterans Memorial. Dan Jackson. Rod Page was the head coach for Jackson. He was the head coach.
Did we win?
We'd have to look it up. I can't remember. That was 1968.
Okay. Did we at least win that game, Mr. Ford?
I don't know. I can't remember. We'd have to do the research on it.
Okay.
Just put in Rod Page's, what is it? What you put in, and they'll show you every year who they played and what was their attendance. I think you just put in Rod Page coaching career or something, and it'll come up for you. And look up Rod Page's coaching. I think you can put it in there. It'll come up. What, put in Rod Page's coaching career, 1968 opponents or something.
Oh, he was head football coach from 1964 to 1968. During his tenure, he recruited and coached future Pro Football Hall of Famer player Lem Barney.
Yeah, that's right. Because he took over after Big John Merritt left Jackson State and went to Tennessee State.
Mm. Okay, so rest in peace to him, to Dr. Page. Yeah. I couldn't find, which I could probably, I would have to actually look it up on the, we do have on our athletics page, because Travis Jerome, our SID, he formulated media statistics dating back from I don't even know how long, but yeah. So that happened. Did you hear about what happened at Kentucky State, Mr. Ford?
Yeah, it was a shooting at Kentucky State, right? Was it on campus?
Yeah, it was on campus.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Okay. One of his college coaches at JSU was Dr. Harrison Wilson.
Yeah, you know who's that's Russell Wilson's
You know who Dr.
granddad.
Harrison Wilson is, Mr. Ford?
Yeah, that was Russell Wilson's granddad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Big John Mary's first cousin. Matter of fact, he used his influence to get the football job for Big John Mary. All them people was from Kentucky. They were Kentucky State graduates. Yeah, Harrison Wilson eventually became the president of Norfolk State.
Okay. Y'all comment in the chat. Are we going to do our early sign day? We done already talked about the coaching change. Mr. Ford ain't really say nothing big. I think we're all expecting Quinn Gray to be announced shortly, momentarily, and get to doing it. We can talk transfer portal, or we can go ahead and go right on into our early signing day class. We're going to be looking at their huddles.
Yeah, but Mr. Ford been saying all year that Quinn Gray was the next man up. And I've been saying that. Haven't I been saying that? How long have I been saying that?
A very, 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 very long time.
Right. Okay.
Pretty good at saying who the next person is up.
Yeah.
You're pretty good at that.
Yeah. I'm still kind of shocked I hadn't heard nothing from Morgan State. Huh?
You trying to get rid of their coach too?
Which one?
Ooh. 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 That is tea, Miss Uniqua. That
What
is
happened?
some tea, honey. I can't even tell you, but ooh. Allegedly. Anyway. Ooh, they said that Marva's been saving FAMU. All right, we're gonna get into the early signing day. Ooh, Mr. Ford. Y'all be dropping tea. All right, Mr. Ford. I'm really excited about this class. I'm also excited to see what signings will take place in January.
Yeah, me too.
Don't you think it's going to be good that, and it's also going to really, really separate and show and let people know really what's what is that, because these young men have to sign in they have to transfer in January.
Right.
That means most of them will be on campus in the spring.
Right.
And there's not a summer. I really am interested to see what coaches think about that. Because you remember, Mr. Ford, you remember when we had the spring game and stuff?
Yeah, I remember.
And coaches would do an evaluation. Now you don't have that option to say, look, you've been working through, what is it, strength and conditioning, because that's where you're really going to put the kids to the test, which is during those times where you're not actually playing football, you're over here getting stronger, or doing up and downs, waking up at 5 o'clock, making sure you're doing your weights, and making sure if you're supposed to gain pounds, are you gaining the pounds that you need to gain? But if they're not meeting the qualities that they're supposed to meet, going to class like you're supposed to, meeting your grades, are you then stuck with that player, Mr. Ford? Like, how does that work?
Not necessarily. I think that I mean, you're going to get a chance to see now. Spring has always been important, in my estimation, but it's going to take a heightened importance now because you increasing. Okay, you gone from what 80? I mean 60. Was it 65 or 63 scholarships now to 105?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're looking at more players. Like you said,
Well,
strength
then
and
that
conditioning
means
is going to
folks
be
are
very
going to need
important.
their full 105. You really going to need the full 105 now.
Yeah, and the other thing is that if you really do your due diligence and do your research and really work with them kids, we gonna see some powerhouse football teams in black college football. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all can say what y'all want. Jackson's gonna be stronger than they were this year. Prairie View's gonna be stronger. Bama State's gonna be stronger. South Carolina State's gonna be stronger. Central's gonna be stronger because they got stable staff and they're gonna be able to evaluate a lot of talent. Don't worry about that. I'm not taking it. But anyway, you're gonna see some really strong teams next year. I mean, they're gonna be stronger than what they are this year. Because you know, from what we see now, Jackson always has done they've really done a really great job of bringing in that talent to Jackson. And you see what Prairie View's doing. You know what Chennis is doing. Okay, the place that I was interested to see if they were going to make a move was Morgan State. I didn't hear nothing about Morgan State, so I guess Coach Wilson is coming back.
It would be against proper etiquette to fire anybody now.
Well, I don't know. I've seen them fire them, and I've seen people fired in January and February.
Setting them up for failure. So there was okay. So I am reading the Celebration Bowl from last year, and I'm reading the roster, and there was roughly, give or take, 49 players from that Celebration Bowl team that returned back to Jackson State this year. And then out of those 49, there's at least 15 to 20 seniors on here.
Okay.
So this is going to be, and we have 10 early day signings. Usually the early day signings do focus on high school and JUCO, and they like hit the portal and stuff like that heavy, or they make those announcements at a later date. I want to say what, in February?
Yeah, that's right. The big signing day for most HBCUs is in February. It's the first Wednesday in February, I think. Yeah. Hey, by the way, did Southern sign any kids last Wednesday?
So I don't see any.
Okay, I was just wondering because I'm waiting to see what he's gonna bring in.
I see. They,
I got
the
a
people
feeling,
in Chicago or Colorado are telling them to take the staff from Colorado and go and get.
Yeah, because that's coming to an end up there in Boulder.
Boulder, Colorado.
In Boulder, Colorado, where there's no crime.
Wait, Mr. Ford, I think that they're going to that they might actually like be doing something with that offensive coordinator.
You talking about the Marion guy?
Yes.
Oh, I was surprised he left his job to go to that unstable situation up there. I really was. But I know you saying that.
Well, I mean, you might be trying to plead his case to take over as head
Well,
coach.
I mean, here's an audition because if you know, with them being in the Big 12, a lot of people will get a chance to see his offense because he calls his offense something the go-go offense or something he called it.
Yeah, he says that he's able to maneuver without like he's able to maneuver without all the personnel that's needed.
Listen, that whole thing up there in Boulder circling the drain. Okay, remember that.
Circle in the drain. Well,
Yeah.
I'm very pleased.
Somebody said Ahmad Miller might go to South. I was thinking he would go back home to Memphis State and play for Charles Huff.
Somebody, wait, what? He might go.
See,
where?
right here it says is it the real McCoy? 2004. He said Ahmad Miller might go to Southern. I was thinking he'd go to Memphis for the Tigers.
Why? Okay, Southern what? Southern Miss? Southern what? In what world? Okay. Southern who? Southern what? I'm not trying to be funny, but there was that I don't think Southern had 1,000-yard rusher at Southern last year, and they had they had Trey Holly on their team. And on top of them having Trey Holly on their team, what do you say? Don't they need some linemen?
Offensive and defensive. They need offensive and defensive. I would stack up that linebacker room. I go get me some more tight ends. Go get all type. I get me centers, guards, tackles, you name it.
Yeah, that would be.
I would stock up in the trenches, offensively and defensively.
I'm not trying to say that it would be a step back. What I would say is this. If you are going into the transfer portal, most of this HBCU kids with production that are entering the transfer portal, they're going for bag purposes. Like they're going because an agent basically said, hey, you would be a great fit at our school, and we have $100,000 for you. And then when they get there, the $100,000 includes their tuition. So then it's like 50 or 40,000.
Yeah.
A lot of folks said that they think that he's going to Memphis.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I heard he was leaving. That's automatic. That's what I thought. Charles Huff and them.
Charles Huff,
the guy that's the new coach at Memphis. That was at Southern. He was at Southern Miss.
Violation. That's a damn violation.
Okay.
Southern Miss over there poaching our players. We don't need to play them no damn.
No, he left Southern Miss. He's at.
It doesn't matter that he left Southern Miss, but he said, that player right there, mark him down. We got to get him. We need that. Let me get that up off you. Thanks, Jackson State.
Yeah.
Ooh. Real McCoy, you just said Southern. We ain't listening to nothing you got to say. Talking about he's going to Southern. I would be very surprised if a Jackson State player transfers from Jackson State to another SWAC school. As their first choice.
Right. No. I think that Excuse me. Marty's trying to go FBS.
Right.
He's trying to go FBS.
Which that's one of those things. That's one of those things. Like it's just something that you have to deal with, right? It's something
Right.
that it's the way of the game. It happens at the FBS level too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ed just got on my nerves talking about 335. I'm thinking Chris KJ Chisholm is going into the highlights. Maybe he's just posting his highlights. I don't know. He just posted his highlights. Okay. Lord have mercy.
Excuse me.
Miss Uniqua, I just saw your just saw that post because I didn't know where my phone was. Okay. So despite the fact that this train gonna keep on rolling, Mr. Ford. They about to do buy one get one free tickets for the Celebration Bowl. They already got buy 4 and get it for $34.
Somebody
in the
told
100s, in the 100 area.
I heard something about was it $40 today or 45? I thought I heard $40 or $45 a day something.
Do you remember how much you paid last year?
I think it was 60, wasn't it?
Do you remember how much you?
I think it was 60.
I didn't buy a ticket.
I know I think my wife bought my ticket for $60, I think. I'm not sure.
On the South Carolina State side?
I think it was $60. But I heard today the tickets was like you could get a ticket for 44. Was it 44?
No. Oh Lord. So make sure you guys are tuned in to ABC. Amari Dwayne, are you being serious right now? No, when I say that you get your ticket for $34, I mean like each ticket costs $34. Not all 4 tickets together cost $34. When you buy 4 tickets, that's a good price. That's family price. That means you can bring you and your 2 kids and the dog. As long as it's what's them type of dogs called? I forgot what type of dog. I was trying to be funny. But anyway. $34. So this could be a family event. Mr. Ford, I don't want to hear about you talking about the promotion of the Celebration Bowl, okay? Because the problem with please don't come on here on Saturday talking about some you're disgusted, okay? Because there was a lot of people that already had their stuff booked, but they canceled it. Because of course they thought Jackson State was going, right?
Right.
So it doesn't mean that the Celebration Bowl wasn't highly anticipated. It's to the point where there's a post on from South Carolina State thing that's saying, everybody, y'all go ahead, y'all cancel your hotels and rebook them.
Right.
So I think that if they bring in 30,000, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
And just like Drum Major said, the Celebration Bowl is bigger than one school. It's about the culture. It's hurting your eyes. Here, let me change it. It's doing that. Let me see. Oh, all of them move. Brother George, all of them are moving. Here, let me do that. Brother George said that the flashing is giving him a headache. So I gotta
Okay.
change it.
Okay.
So I think that if they bring out 30,000 and, you know, maybe they had roughly 6,000 cancellations, maybe that are Jackson State fans, and maybe the rest of the Jackson State fans decide to attend. That's
Yeah, because
possible, right?
Oh, and by the way, make sure all of you read that article. It's Jamel Hill wrote an article about the I'm trying to think, what did she call it? The hypocrisy of college football. Yeah, if you get a chance, Google the article that was recently put out by Jamel Hill. Did you hear about that?
The hypocrisy of college football. Let me
I
see
think it
that.
was the
Drum
hypocrisy.
Major says that he goes to the Celebration Bowl even when his school is not in it. But
Yeah,
his
that's me
school
too.
went to the Celebration Bowl how many times? Isn't this their third time? South Carolina State been in the Celebration Bowl 3 times in the past 5 years too, huh? Are
Yeah.
they a dynasty, Mr. Ford?
Who?
South Carolina State.
Are they what now?
A building dynasty, right?
Oh,
Went
they're
to
blue blood.
so
Listen,
yes, we
South
know
Carolina
they're
State is blue blood from way back. I mean, yeah, the Bulldogs go way back. You
right.
talking about Willie Jeffries, Ori Banks, what's that man's name? Davis, Coach Davis. Then you had Buddy Pugh. They go way. They got 4 NFL Hall of Famers. Yeah.
The hypocrisy of college football.
Yeah, did you see it? Did you pull it up? It's Jamel Hill.
Pop Light said, let the coalition get those tickets. Let them, as loud as they were on Twitter this week after Saturday's game, that's how loud they need to be in them seats. Jamel Hill called out Rex Ryan for defending Lane Kiffin's decision to leave Ole Miss. Is that it?
Yeah.
LSU, while simultaneously criticizing college players who use the transfer portal and NIL to chase better opportunities.
Yeah.
The hypocrisy was bad enough on its own, but it gets worse when you consider that both Ryan and Kiffin are clients of the same super agent, Jimmy Sexton.
Right.
She said Rex Ryan sat there and defended Lane Kiffin and in the same breath criticized college players for leveraging similar opportunities. Lane Kiffin has done this multiple times. Brian Kelly and other coaches have done it too. They were doing this before NIL ever came into play. The hypocrisy. What do you think about the movement of the restriction of college players and their ability to move around, and yet the college coaches can just hopscotch to new schools?
It's the slave owner and the slave. That's all it is. It's the slave and the slave owner. Listen, what's the name wants to make all the money in the world, Nick Saban, but as soon as somebody else wants to make a dime, he got something to say.
I mean, so for me, I don't think it's necessarily about the chase. It's that the NIL chase for players, it's iffy, right? There's nothing guaranteed. Somebody can tell you, yeah, we got an NIL for you, and then you get over there and they over there looking at you upside your head, and you over there looking at them, and they over there looking at you, and they're shrugging, and now you've left a situation and you still don't have an NIL.
I thought it was an excellent article. I thought Jamel is already pretty good. I thought it was an excellent article.
Ooh, Romel Jackson says that they live in Atlanta and they haven't made one announcement on the game.
I've been
Mr.
telling you
Ford,
that.
Mr. Ford.
I told you that man likes to hear himself talking. He ain't doing nothing. What's his name? But
I
stealing
don't
them.
know, Mr. Ford.
You know who I'm talking about. That guy that
No, I
runs that
don't.
SWAC MEAC
No,
challenge, and then he runs that celebration bowl for ESPN. What's
you
his
haven't.
name? Somebody.
Do you guys even listen to the local? Do you guys listen to the local radio?
Yeah. But I've told
Romel,
you
do you
that.
listen to the radio?
I've told you over and over. At the Metro Atlanta, yeah, Grant, that's him. They got over 7 million people in the Metro Atlanta area, and you can't sell out that dome. If you would just do just a little research, a little marketing, put together a little effort. He don't put together no effort because they've already said, he says that having fans is not important. It's about the people that watch it on television. He's already said that over and over, which I think is pathetic.
Well, we are hoping that the coalition who said we need to see new people. I want to see new blood. I'm ready to see a change. Well, you about to see a change, all right.
Yeah, that's right. Put an ad on V103. Yeah.
A V103, the local television.
Yeah, local television. Put the ads on the
As much
MARTA buses, on the at the rail stations. They're not even doing that.
you know what? There is an opportunity that is there that now, like you said, maybe that isn't their strategy, right? But the Las Vegas Classic, like they really, really, really they really, really Do you see Brother Jerome in the chat clowning Mr. Ford?
No, brother. Hey, brother Jerome, what's going on, man? No, how's he? Brother Jerome doing?
Listen, if they mimicked the now I know for them it might be hard to bolster up like both of the teams that are playing in it just because the SWAC one you don't really know until the week of. But if they market it as an HBCU family thing and really got the what is that, the AUC involved, the Divine Nine, like they had, I want to say they had a step show in Las Vegas, and you had folks who they didn't even go to HBCU. They were there was like large I'm talking about 20 or 30 people. There's a lady that I met when I had an Uber because we got like a shared Uber. She was getting dropped off at her Airbnb and I was getting dropped off like across the street from the Allegiant Stadium. And she was like, "Oh yeah, it was her chapter and it was like 30 of them. And they were having like a get together, but they were also going to attend the game."
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said put a billboard on I-20 in the connector. Like, yes, there are so many different ways that you are able to bring in a lot of fans. But like you said, they might not focus on that because 1 million views or 2 million or whatever, 2 million views does have impact on with advertising and stuff like that, Mr. Ford.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, but it is always a bragging spot. But Mr. Ford, somebody was saying on the internet that attendance doesn't matter.
Now, who said that?
Like in any of these games. Huh?
Who
I
said
can't
that?
remember exactly who it was on Twitter, but they just highlighted, like, I can't remember exactly who it was, but they just said, like, you guys are dragging it. Attendance doesn't matter at football games. And Jackson State is always carrying around an attendance trophy.
Okay. So attendance
But
doesn't
when
matter now.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. But when I was like doing numbers, I was doing like, if 10,000 fans spend $200 on hotels, that's $2 million right there for Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
And then if they spend $100 on food, that's another $1 million that they've injected into Atlanta's economy
Right.
for this weekend. So that's $3 million. Then they taking Ubers all over the place, or, you know. So I was just like, the attendance part, yeah, but it's not necessarily about the attendance part. It's about the amount of money that is being pushed into the economy, which I'm guessing corporations look at that type of stuff.
Yeah. I'm just shocked that somebody would even say that attendance doesn't matter. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that attendance does not matter. I've never heard that before. There's a reason why the NCAA gives you an attendance statistic. Or when you read a box score, they always tell you the attendance.
Yeah, and since there was so many people that had already booked their hotels well in advance, I'm sure they had like estimated numbers of how much their economy would be stimulated versus all the cancellations that took place. But we are about to see. If you do not plan on attending the Celebration Bowl, you can tell all your families and friends to turn it on ABC, 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Right.
Regardless of whether or not your team makes it or not, the Celebration Bowl is the premier college HBCU championship. And that view will make sure that we hold the standing in terms of asking for more money from them, expecting for that premier time slot. So regardless, just turn it on. You don't necessarily have to be glued to the screen, but just turn it on so that they can count that as a viewing. Because we plan on returning to glory, right?
Oh yeah. I told you this was last week was round one. Last week was round one.
Yeah, folks are petty in the chat. All right. So now moving right along, y'all. But I do want to say that one thing I do find, like, as far as is, of course, coach of the year, the MEAC coach of the year versus the SWAC coach of the year. Right, Mr. Ford?
I'm sorry. What did you say?
You're
What'd you
supposed
say
to be
to me?
helping play it up. You're supposed to be helping play it up, Mr. Ford. The SWAC Coach of the Year versus the MEAC Coach of the Year. Chennis is in his second straight season able to clinch the MEAC title and is headed to Atlanta.
Yeah.
You think he's going to
And
get
they're
it this
both
time?
fraternity brothers, right? Aren't they fraternity brothers?
Yes, they're both Q dogs. But
Yeah.
where's the Q's at? Y'all need to be showing up in your purple and gold. All right. Let me go ahead and get this started and stop playing with y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not playing with y'all, but I'm just, Y'all cutting up. Stop cutting up. Okay, so first up, Mr. Ford, we have Jaden Lockhart. He is from Johnson C. Smith. You know, the Lockharts, they have basically a family full of student athletes.
Right. Okay.
So Jaden Lockhart is Jared Lockhart's older brother.
What's his size?
So he is, let me get it. He's a wide receiver. 6 foot, 182 pounds.
Okay.
His brother be towering over him, but his brother is 6'5".
Right.
So he's 6 foot, 182 pounds. Of course, their hometown is Charlotte, North Carolina. A little bit about Jaden. He played at Catawba Community College football in Salisbury, North Carolina.
Yeah. That's Division II, isn't it?
I'm sorry. CC Catawba football. Huh?
I thought Catawba is that Division II football?
CC Catawba football.
Okay.
I thought that was a community college.
Oh, it's a community college. Okay. Okay.
Catawba College Athletics.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a community college.
Mm-hmm.
Is community college the same thing as? No, it does say that Catawba College football team located in Salisbury, North Carolina is Division II member of the South Athletic Conference.
Okay. Yeah, because they've had some success in the past. I've heard about them.
And then he did go to Johnson C. Smith.
So how many years of eligibility does he have?
Don't get me lying. I think probably one.
Okay.
Let me see.
What does it say about his foot speed? What's his time in the 40? Did they put that in there?
Oh, okay. So he was actually a freshman on the 2023 roster in the CIAA, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So he was a freshman in 2000. So he probably has maybe 2 years left.
Okay. Okay.
And so I found some of his film, and we are going to go look at it.
Okay.
I mean, nothing better than playing with your brother, who you've probably been. You guys were running around. Let's see. Can you see that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I want to say this is Johnson C. Smith versus Shaw. Wait. Can you guys see that video? Mr. Ford, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I thought my stuff got canceled again. Is huddle film written? Lord, please help me. I don't know, y'all. I might have done got canceled again.
You can hear me, Miss Timona?
Mr. Ford still on there?
Yeah, I'm still on there. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Mr. Ford still on there? Oh, wait. All right, y'all. Is it glitching or no? I turned my camera off. Child, we might have to do this another day. I'm getting nervous, y'all. I'm getting PTSD. You just may need to talk about them because it may not show the highlight.
Right.
No, that's the whole point of us watching this. That's the whole point of us having this show is literally to watch the highlights because we need to see what we're getting. Maybe we have to do it another day while I figure out. Okay, try it again. I'm gonna just try it one more time. See if it works. I'm gonna try it one more time, y'all, just to see if it works. And then if it don't work, then I'll stop. But everything else be stringing around here. So I turn. I see it is buffering. I see what you're saying. Jay, I see what you're saying. So I'm gonna have to. Ooh, child, ghetto. What do you say? Got it. I see it. Oh wait, can you guys see me now? All right. So I had to reload my computer. I think I can see myself. Mr. Ford, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can
Yes.
you hear
I
me?
don't know. Yeah, I can hear you.
I just stepped away for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
Well, I don't know what's going on with that. I might have to do some reworking of that. But anyway, my computer is reloading.
Okay.
So, while we wait for that to load, um, I can talk about what we need. I will probably like tell everybody who's a Jackson State alum that when you see your coach posting, or no, when you see a possible recruit post that a Jackson State coach offered them, um there's nothing wrong with highlighting that they come to Jackson State, or just retweet it. You don't necessarily have to do that. You could just retweet it. We're definitely going to need some tight ends, right? Jency Riley had his last year of eligibility,
Okay.
and then Marvin Landy entered the transfer portal.
Okay.
What other needs do we have? Wide
So,
receiver.
yeah, you just said you got one. You got the Lockhart coming kid. Now, so that kid, remember to be back, right?
I'm not going to comment on whether or not he'll be returning.
Okay.
I would just, you know what? I don't know of any, I don't really know what's what in terms of like what's returning. So I'm just thinking about needs, current needs, right? I know that we had 1,000-yard rusher in Irv Mulligan last year.
Mhm.
This year we were able to do 1,000-yard rusher in Ahmad Miller. There was a lot of running backs in that room, but I want to say Desmond Moultrie and Amari Matthews came in the same time as Prime, so they might have maxed their eligibility.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But we do have like a lot of running backs in our back room. They did have on National Signing Day some DBs, so we might be able to rock with that.
Right.
The DBs that we bought in. What did you think were some of Jackson State's needs in the off season?
Well, you always look at offensive and defensive linemen regardless. You always want to add to that room. Now, how many of the players on the offensive line are not coming back? Do you know?
I think we had 2 go in the portal today. Villanueva.
Yeah, Villanova. I like him. I
Yeah, he
think
went into the transfer portal today.
okay, because he's from North Texas State.
Yes, and then
I liked him. I really like him when he plays center.
and then we had Can you guys hear me without an echo?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, good. Lord have mercy. It's too much going on. Too much. Okay. Oh, they're saying we need edge rushers. You know, Quincy Ivory, that was his last year.
He was a dog.
He's going to the
Ivory.
HBCU Legacy Bowl.
Right.
Jeremiah Williams
Right.
is going to the HBCU Legacy Bowl.
Okay. Okay.
Let me turn this camera on. I'm back. So they're saying we need edge rushers, Mr. Ford.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you remember Joshua Nobles?
Yes.
And how he transferred to UMass?
Uh-huh.
He made an announcement today on his social media that at UMass he didn't even get to play because he had an injury, like a season-ending injury.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I really liked him now. That Nobles kid was a difference maker.
I don't get it wrong. He's definitely missed.
Yeah, he
He
was
is
missed.
not in the portal. It says that he. Oh, this thing is being ghetto. We need a damn kicker in there. Is it offering again?
Did you hear us, Mr. Mona?
We're gonna try again. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm over here doing the buffering Macarena. Lord have mercy. Did you hear me when I said that we need a kicker and a punter?
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Baeza was very, very consistent last year. It was kind of up and down this year. And he is gone.
Okay.
BJ Washington needs some help, Mr. Ford.
Well, I like that Cam Salas kid, that kid number 15. I really liked him. At that safety
Oh,
spot.
yeah, he was definitely a dog.
Yeah, yeah. I think he could.
I think it's Reed last year, too.
Huh?
I think it's Reed last year, too. BJ Washington should have an extra year of eligibility, I thought, because he had an injury last year.
Okay.
Was it last year or the year before that? Maybe it was the year before that.
What about the Hawkins kid? Is he coming back?
Let me see what it says. It says Shamar Hawkins is a junior on Jackson State. I want to say he did get his degree. So that's a question mark. Josh Higgins is a number 26. He is a graduate senior, and he just made his announcement. He got his degree from Jackson State.
What about the Rogers kid?
Rogers.
The kid whose dad was a coach.
Who is that?
I thought, was he number 1?
Oh, Kamari. You talking about Kamari?
Yeah, is he coming back?
He ain't. Mr. Ford, it's like they just started going into the portal as of like yesterday. Kamari Rogers, number 1. I thought Kamari Rogers was number 1. I know who you're talking about. Marcus Rogers' son from Mississippi State, right?
Yeah, yes. He coming back?
Only God knows, Mr. Ford.
Okay.
Oh, somebody said he's done. That was his last year eligibility.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hey, now, y'all. If y'all think that a player needs growth and development, y'all just say that he needs growth and development now. I'm just, in terms of the rebuild and the reload, like you said, recruitment is so important. having that drive. And just knowing that the SWAC has gotten some really good teams that have developed and that have coaches. Bethune-Cookman is looking promising in terms of the growth that they've had. Alabama State, it looks like they just can't get over the Jackson State hump, but they are definitely they finally got over the Florida A&M hump this past year, right? They couldn't beat Florida A&M at one point. Excuse me, but now they're over the Florida A&M hump. They're still trying to get over that Jackson State slump that they've had since, I want to say, the first season that Coach Prime was here, right? The COVID season. Oh God. Let's see. I'm hoping we bring in another tight end, right, Mr. Ford?
I'm quite sure he's going to bring in 3 or 4 tight ends.
3 or 4 tight ends?
Yeah.
You're looking at having like 30 to 40 commits.
Yeah, but TC's always believed in tight ends. I remember when he and Jerry Mack was up at
North Carolina Central.
Yeah, they had a lot of tight ends. Yeah, he's going to bring in some tight ends. I told you, that's the power. TC knows that.
What do you think about the offensive play calling in the SWAC?
I was really impressed with that play calling with Prairie View Saturday. That offensive coordinator, that play caller was really good.
Lord, the play calling was simple.
I'm talking about for Prairie View.
No, run the ball. Run the ball.
Yeah, but I thought it was good.
Run the ball.
I thought it was methodical. It was
quarterback keeper. There's nothing methodical about run the ball, quarterback.
Yes, keeper. It was. Yes, it was.
No, if you can keep, Jackson State's defense just didn't adjust.
But wait, if you can have a 19-play drive or a 16-play drive, you're doing something right.
Mr. Ford.
And can keep the ball 8 minutes. Yeah, you're doing something right. You know how hard that is?
If it's not hard, if the defending the opposing team refuses to make adjustments. If I look at you all season long and you continue to run 3-3-5 continuously, like every game you run that, and every game other teams are able to break that on 3rd and long or 4th and long, what is so hard about that if you've seen it being done to that team over and over and over and over again? I literally could call I'm not a coach. I could literally look at the us like it's 3rd and 9 and I could say the quarterback's getting ready to run for a first down. The quarterback's getting ready to run for a first down. Literally, I could look at it and tell. Nothing. Yeah, that was, y'all think it was dynamic play calling?
Yeah, for Prairie View. You mean for Prairie View?
I mean, do you really think it was dynamic, or was it just run the ball, we didn't go nowhere, run the ball, they didn't go nowhere? The quarterback getting ready to run. Why y'all ain't packing the box? The quarterback getting ready to run. What are you doing? Why is the safety all the way back there? Where are the linebackers? Why do you guys not have any linebackers right there?
Listen, the main thing is they got the W. They got the win.
I'm not asking you about that, Mr. Ford.
But I'm saying that the guy that listen. Kudos to the guy who doing the play calling for Prairie View. He did an excellent job.
No, it was repetitive.
No, it might have been repetitive, but it was a good job.
Shame on our defense for not adjusting, because what Stevie Wonder could see that on 3rd and long, the quarterback was going to run. Then in the second half, instead of the quarterback running, when you want to make adjustments, now the quarterback going to throw. And guess what? You know that the quarterback is going to throw to throw 17's way every damn time. You could see it if you were blind. Your whole life, you'd be able to see, okay, they're running the ball, they're not going anywhere. They're running the ball, they're not going anywhere. Now the quarterback is going to throw because you're anticipating that the quarterback was going to run when you should have already had a spy on the quarterback in the first and second quarter. Now they're getting ready to throw it, and you know they're getting ready to throw it Chisholm's or number 17's way. So what you need to do is make them think that Chisholm is going to be covering that particular wide receiver. I think it was number 10. And instead of Chisholm, right as they snap, you and another DB or a safety, you guys switch. So you're thinking that Chisholm is going to cover number 10, but he's not, because they were throwing his way because that was basically the weaker side. So what should have happened is, hey, normally Chisholm is right here and you are right there. Look, when they snap the ball, or right as he's getting ready to snap it, when you see the wide receiver run or you see the running back make their run, y'all switch. Y'all switch who your assignments are. Y'all switch.
So
like you could tell. You could tell.
So in other words, are you blaming Coach Quinn?
So messy, Mr. Ford. You are so messy.
Just asking, are you blaming Coach Quinn?
I didn't blame anybody.
I'm just asking. It's a yes or no question.
What I said was,
are you blaming Coach Quinn?
Dynamic. You think it's dynamic if you want to. Try that shit on South Carolina State this week and see what happened.
Okay.
Now, with your messy tail, another thing. The reason why we were not able to make the runs that we were, Mr. Ford, Denario Davenport did not play.
Right. Yeah. He was suspended, right?
I don't know what happened, but let's break down the numbers, okay? It's like some folks are just like making now. All right. Denario Davenport, on average, he literally contributes 60.3 yards a game.
Right, he's tough. Yeah.
Literally a game, meaning every game that he plays in, he's doing at least an average of 60 yards. So if you want to talk about how much yardage we have and you look at how much yardage Jackson State had, there's the 60 yards right there. Now, to the point, Mr. Ford, I don't know. We have a lot of running backs at our disposal. And I don't know who was available, who was suspended, who was suited up, but I know for a fact that we had a lot of running backs at our disposal. I also know that these running backs, Prairie View wouldn't have necessarily been trained for those particular running backs, and it doesn't matter whether or not they're good enough, better than Davenport. It doesn't matter. If what you need is a run game, and you see that they got the run game sewed up, you got to go to a different strategy. I think that thinking that you're just gonna punch through finally, or that something, instead of making those adjustments or being prepared for that, you have to adjust to what the defense gives you, and you have to adjust to what your offense gives you. But I don't necessarily think that the offensive play calling from PV was dynamic. It worked. Yes. Did it work? Yeah. Yes. Was it dynamic? No. Was it coaching? Yes. Am I going to blame a particular coach? No. Because there's more than one coach that's on that sideline. And it doesn't matter whether or not there's a gap or not, you put those damn running backs on the field. If you got Davenport and you know that Davenport has 60 yards per game and he's not on the field, then you know for a fact that you got to find 60 yards from somewhere. And it didn't matter if you had 10 backs that each run 6 yards. That's what needed to happen. You need 10 backs to run 6 yards. There's your 60 yards right there.
Okay.
10 backs need to run 6 yards. If Davenport equals 60 yards, and they were already saying Jackson State has to run a minimum of 200. When they run 200 yards, they win every game that they win. If they win at least if they run at least 200 yards, they're going to win. So I don't know if you, and you know what? I don't know if you install different practice, do you do different offensive installs mid-year or at the end of the year? Is that something that's feasible? Is, hey, we're going to introduce some different packages? Because Mr. Ford, do you feel like the offensive coordinator matched Jared, or do you feel like they matched Jared Lockhart's style of play in the beginning, or do you think that that's something that they had to grow into? Like, you know, when you have a game plan for a certain quarterback and then you have to adjust to the other quarterback, you think that they were able? I feel like, here's what I do feel like. When you talk about a team that's able to lose their starting Celebration Bowl MVP, preseason player of the year in Jacoby Morgan, to be able to still win games with not a red shirt, but a true freshman, speaks volumes of the quarterback room. Like I was telling you, Mr. Ford, like we have a stout quarterback room. And I was telling you about the talent, right? So to go from a graduate who has been to Syracuse and then he's been at Jackson State for 3 years to a true freshman and still be able to compete at a high level, have your running backs putting up 200 yards per game and still being able to make it all the way to the SWAC Champions speaks volumes to the grit and the grind, to the accomplishments of the staff. But I definitely, there were signs of things that needed to be fixed all throughout the season consistently. And I didn't feel like those changes were made. And maybe it's because Jackson State still won the game.
Right.
You know how, how like if you still win the game, it's kind of like, well, we won anyway. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I felt like, I mean, because Jackson State defensively, they stopped the freshman player of the year, Bingman.
Oh, yeah.
They stopped him. I want to say he had 26 yards the whole game. He averages 77 yards a game.
The main ball carrier is what you said. The main ball carrier was Cam Peters. He was the quarterback, I think, was their main ball carrier, wasn't he? When he did leading.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, you're saying that it was dynamic, but wouldn't you have used Alabama State's playbook, which is pretty much what Andrew, if you look at the Alabama State game and then you look at the Prairie View game and you talk about like play calling and stuff, wouldn't you say that it's similar in the sense of a quarterback keeper when you're third and long? Like, isn't that what Andrew Body would do every time he would run the ball?
No, Andrew Body, a lot of times he's running, but he's running to throw it.
Who? Not against You talking about against us? Andrew Body was running it like he was a running back against us.
Yeah, but he was also throwing
Yeah,
that football against y'all.
think about FAMU losing back to back to Valley, and what do you think about their offensive play calling?
I told you they never had the right offense for that. What that kid was named? RJ,
They
was
had
it
Burris
Johnson?
though. They had Henry Burris.
Yeah, but Burris didn't put the. See, I thought that you should have played 80% of that play should have been with two tight ends. They was trying to go four wides and all that. They needed help on that offensive line. Their tackles weren't dominant. I didn't think that was the right. The offense that they were running at FAMU was not the offense for that Johnson kid. It's not. He needs to be in an offense where the backs are featured first, and once they come up to stop that,
Isn't that Franklin a running back?
Yeah, but they didn't. I mean, he was a running back. But see, when you got a Thad Franklin, that's the more reason why you want to play two tight ends. Because he's a bell cow. That guy can carry the ball 20, 25 times. I didn't particularly like Fam's offense. I really didn't.
Dynamic. What did you think about Chris Barnett and Alabama State's offense?
Oh, I thought it was great. I told you before, Chris Barnett's up for National Offense Coordinator of the Year. I don't know if he's going to get it, but he's up for it.
Oh, do you think people are looking at him upside
They
his
should
head?
be. That guy got, 3 Celebration Bowl rings, isn't it?
I know for us, like, you remember our defensive coordinator and our defensive line coach?
What were their names?
No, our defensive coordinator and our offensive line coach. Jason Ayuwambayagu, and I think it's Coach J.O. And then Coach Bradley. I want to say they both went to South Alabama.
Yeah, I remember Bradley. Now, I knew Bradley wouldn't be missed. Yeah, he went to South Alabama. He's up here in Atlanta now. He's at Kennesaw State, I think.
What? Where did he go there?
He came there with Jerry Mack. Remember, he was with Jerry Mack at North Carolina Central.
And they just won, didn't they?
They won Conference USA, Jerry Mack's first year.
Oh, wow.
Oh, listen, man,
Was
they
running a 3-3-5? Did you watch the game? What's his title? Is he the defensive coordinator?
No, he's not defense. He's the defensive line coach, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, they weren't running the 3-3-5. I saw them beat Willie Simmons' team one. It was maybe a month ago.
And Willie Simmons is in
a bowl. Yeah, he's in a bowl game. Yeah, he's in a bowl game. Yeah.
What is wrong with Ed? Lord have mercy. Ed said JSU fans wouldn't offer Bradley a plate if he was homeless the way he called the defense in 2023.
Yeah, I don't miss him either. I don't miss Brad. He didn't know how to bring.
Won't be missed.
No, he wasn't.
You remember when you were talking about the offensive line and the defensive line that left at FAMU, and you said that they won't be missed.
Right.
And then you had to say, I lied.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right. I am so sorry that I was having those technical difficulties with the huddle. I'm going to have to figure out that stuff. Well, usually, like, computers laptops don't have that, but I have to get it, whatever, so we can watch those. Bradley is a lifetime position coach, and that's okay. He was a defensive coordinator.
Yeah, he's defense coordinator at Jackson.
Okay. So basically, some folks are saying it's the scheme. Some people saying that it's the player personnel. Me personally, I don't think I think it's more so about growth, right? Like growing over time or so, but some of the things that we were seeing which week did we see that? Or was it exposed? Grandma?
Okay, what week do we see what?
What week did we see? I think it was Alabama State, where we could see like the ripples in DB play and the lack of
It might have been
adjustment.
Southern Mississippi.
Well, sometimes you might not infer that because it's an FBS squad, you might not infer that it's actually like that.
Oh.
Me personally, I don't think I saw any I didn't know that there was that big of an adjustment need to account for their running, but I attribute it to a bend don't break type of defense because for instance in the Bethune-Cookman game, they didn't score a touchdown, not in regulation, outside of that special teams touchdown, they didn't score at all, and they didn't score a touchdown at all. They only had 2 field goals. So when you have a game like that, I think that means okay, so the scheme worked this time. So maybe it's not necessarily, and Cam Ransom was running on us.
Well, that's that's a nightmare for a defensive coordinator as a running quarterback. Somebody that's a dual threat, can run and throw. That keeps a lot of DCs up all night.
Right, because you don't know if they're going to take off, if they're going to throw.
Yeah, that's dual threat. Dual threat. They can beat you with their arm, can beat you with their legs.
I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. When we got the 4th quarter stop on the 1-yard line with 1 second to go versus Alabama State, I just was like, you can't tell me that, our defense isn't, and I still think that they're like that, but the adjustment that I was hoping for is the same thing that cost us the game in the SWAC championship, which was being able to stop a running quarterback.
Oh yeah.
Which, I mean, they only did put up 21 points. I think we averaged that same amount.
Yeah, but they gained 400 and some yards total offense, didn't they?
Whew, boy. Our linebackers played man, Reed Pulliam is a dog. Do you hear me? Oh my God. Not even just Reed Pulliam, John Brown. We have our defense is stout. You just have to do the plug and plays.
Hey, is Reed coming back?
I don't know. I'm not for sure.
Oh, okay.
They were also in the red zone 4 times and couldn't score. Yeah, I mean, for us, I think it was just we needed the 60 yards worth of offense for us in terms of rushing. We're able to put it away. We're able to put it away.
Okay, Mr. Mona.
With Mr. Ford. So yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. So then should I come back on Thursday? Or are we
No,
done
come
with the week?
Friday. Friday.
There's nothing else to talk about. What are we gonna talk about on Friday?
I'd rather you come on Friday. I'm more relaxed on Friday.
Okay, but what are we gonna talk about? So I can have my slides ready.
Whatever's the topics of the day.
All right, Mr. Ford. See you later.
Okay, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See you Friday.
Everybody, see you Friday. Y'all. So here's the only thing that I don't understand. I mean, I get it kind of, but then again, I don't, which is why do folks who don't go to Prairie View feel like them saying, aha, you lost, and we beat your ass? Why do you guys feel like that's supposed to do something to us? I'm confusion. Why would that affect us? Like we beat your ass several times over and over again. We keep beating your ass, just all upside your head. And you're like, aha, you lost. Did we lose against you? No. Did you win this season? Are you over 500? Do you have a coach? Oh, I love this. I'm riding with Maynard. Oh, want to bring in Maynard. Y'all get on this Twitter and tell Maynard to come to Jackson State. He already is working at Wake Forest for free. Come work for free over here. Okay, let me get off my high horse, but I do have to. What we're gonna do is we're going to look at each team and we're gonna look at their season for this year, for the 2025 year. We're gonna look at their schedule. Now, Brandy, I ain't see no offense with Southern. You got too much dip on your chip. I didn't see no offense at Southern. So we getting ready to look at everybody's overall record. We're gonna do the MEAC and the SWAC. Hell, we can do OVC and QVC and CIA and CAA. Okay, we can do. Coach Fred McNair was able to do something that we can't. So we're getting ready to look at everybody's schedule, including Jackson State's, and we're going to say, now what would make you think that we care about you laughing at us? And at what point in your season did you know to hang it up? Like which week did you know this ain't gonna be a good season and we're gonna have a lot of losses? Because there's only one team that can win, but having you would have thought that winning didn't matter at all. Like maybe only if it's Jackson State, right? Because if it's Alabama State and they win 10 wins, they only have 2 losses, and they get beat by Jackson State, you guys are praising them, which they are due praise for having a 10-win season, right? You still lost to Jackson State, but we're praising their season. Like, you guys had a good season. But if it's Jackson State, all of a sudden the sky is falling. So we're going to pull this up. Y'all comment in the chat. Do you guys want to do the MEAC or the SWAC or the QVC or the CIA? We're going to pull them up one by one real quick right before we go to bed. And we're going to not going to laugh. We're going to have a discussion about, when did you guys think that your season was over, and what makes you think that you have the right to laugh at us when we beat your ass, or you didn't even win 500 games. So which one y'all want to do first? MEAC, SWAC, OVC, CIA, Confederate, Athletic, whatever y'all want to do first. Miss Lady T says the SWAC first. So let's pull this up now. All right. Let's start with FAMU. I think Mr. Leonard's in the chat. Mr. Leonard's in the chat. Coach Brian might be lurking. He sometimes be coming up in here, you know, lurking. Let's see if we could pull this up. Because I've seen a lot of keying. I'm not understanding it. I'm seeing a lot of folks keying. You a winning season. Lord, I hope my stuff don't start acting up again. It might not let me do it, y'all. Valley? You guys are lying to me. There's no way on Al Green's internet that y'all are gonna sit up there and tell me that. I won't believe it. I won't stand for that. There isn't even a need for us to pull up their schedule. Why would we do that? I don't believe that. There's no way Valley was trying to jank on nobody. All right, so Florida A&M football, they were 5-7 overall, 4-4 in the SWAC. All right. Dang. Y'all comment in the chat. Which week did you know that FAMU's season was over? Leonard, you can go first. Which week on your 2025 Florida A&M football schedule did you guys know that your season was over? For me, I really thought like by week 5 it was a wrap. Week 5 really did them in. Damn, somebody's saying Albany. They beat Albany, Pop Light. That was like week 3. Ain't no way y'all thought Florida A&M season was over by week 3. There's no way. Where is Leonard? I thought I saw Leonard in here in the chat earlier. No? Leonard did not say Howard. Damn, he said damn, this gonna be a long season. that one lady told GJ Mr. Key, said, I know we about to lose. She said, I already know what's about to happen. Oh Lord. Okay. Who we doing next, y'all? I will not believe that Valley was janking on us. Let's see. So a loss to Alabama State 42-14. Then you're gonna let North Carolina Central come in and whoop your ass 45-7. You beat the Alcorn State Braves and you beat the Southern Jaguars. And then you lost to the Jackson State Tigers 41-16. You beat UAPB. You beat Alabama A&M, but it was like it was a dogfight for Alabama State, UAPB, and Alabama A&M. Those, I'll still say you came out with that W though. Then you lost the Orange Blossom Classic to Bethune. I don't think you lost to Bethune in a minute. Then you went and lost to Valley. How is that even possible? When did you say that, Leonard? When did you say Howard? I don't see it. Okay. So he knows ball. Leonard know what's up. All right. Which one we gonna do next? I want to just do I'm gonna just do the SWAC one so we can get through them. SWAC.org. Oh, you know what I forgot to say? I forgot to congratulate. I want to say they had another upset either 2 days ago. They beat another that's two huge out of conference wins. They beat University of Houston 70-62. And 4 days prior to that, they beat Arizona 63-57. All right. I think it's really good though that we have three teams with 7 in conference wins. Half of our teams are above 500. So that's good. Half of our teams are above 500. That's a huge improvement. Mississippi Valley State was 1-7 in the conference. I did not know Alabama A&M was 1-7 in the conference. Did y'all know that? I don't even be I guess I don't pay attention. I did not know that Alabama A&M was only 1-7 in the conference. He's definitely going to have to flip the like in terms of like wins and losses margin, they're definitely going to be expecting for him to flip it. Like, I didn't know it was that bad. I didn't know it was that bad. Who did they lose to? It's expected that they lose to the Razorbacks. They beat Alcorn State. They beat Tennessee State. They beat Lane College. I think that when they were playing Bethune-Cookman, and Bethune-Cookman, well, first of all, Bethune-Cookman lost to South Carolina State, and everybody was like, oh my God, you know, they weren't very confident in Coach Lee. And I was like, for them to, and I think they put up like 34 points up against South Carolina State. And I was like, for them to put up that many points against South Carolina State, they definitely have something going. And then the next week they were able to pull out a win versus Alabama A&M. Y'all are saying a lot in the chat. They whooped on Valley. They got skull drugged by Alabama State. Good Lord. They lost to Grambling. That was a very close game. And then they got skull drugged by Prairie View Panthers. And they lost to Texas Southern. Dang. I will say kudos to Texas Southern. Yeah, leave our coach alone. I didn't know it was that bad. Definitely expecting a huge turnaround with Alabama A&M. I have not had a chance to look at their recruiting. I know that Wayne Cartwright will definitely be looking at the recruiting. Why do we need to put PV on the schedule? Y'all want to put PV on the schedule? Me personally, they don't bring enough fans for it to be a regular season game. Like, it would have to be a situation where we get paid a certain amount no matter what. Putting Prairie View on our schedule for a home and home situation, it only is good for Prairie View, because you know that Jackson State folks, hell, there's damn near between Dallas and Houston and the surrounding areas, hell, you can fill that stadium up immediately. Why do they have to have a tiny field? I had to stop saying out loud that TC is undefeated in get back games, y'all. Well, Ed, you can't, there's nothing we can do about that. Speaking of which, she said we need to go to their tiny little field. Lord, now you talking about a sellout. They might go inside for that. She said it's a tiny field. Wait, do you hear her talking about we need to go play in their tiny field? Like, where's everybody gonna sit? Ooh. If you put me on your homecoming, who made a speech about putting them on homecoming? If you put me on your homecoming. No. First of all, it's a bad idea for Prairie View to schedule Jackson State for homecoming. Just because at homecoming, Prairie View has it's not a lot, but it's a decent showing, right? So you want to schedule Jackson State for a, like, if you were to do that, one of those games that you don't get nobody there. Bring your own chair. Bring your own chair classic. Miss Natasha, we would sell that stadium out so quick. I think they stadium holds under 15,000. And no, real Jay Gouda, we not wasting no game on Prairie View for a home game. That would be abysmal. The only way that'll work is if you do a summer game, or not a summer, like a summer or fall game, like September, and do it at night. We'll form the line. Y'all are over here ready to get it back in blood. Oh Lord. PV was bragging about renting out a building in Jackson. Yeah, we rented out and we did this and we did that. Okay. Thank y'all for coming through. We're glad you enjoyed it. Oh Lord. Okay. Are there any other people that we would like to look at? Realistically speaking, I did not know. Now, I am in shock that Alabama A&M only won one conference game. I didn't know that. Let's look. Now, we all know Southern was 1-7, but baby, they won the game that matters. So sometimes there's a couple of games that matter for each school. So like, I want to say for FAMU, the one game that matters above all is probably Bethune-Cookman versus FAMU. That's like one of the games where you have to win, regardless if you just started 10 minutes ago, you have to go out there and win. For Southern, it's usually, what do you guys say? Jackson State and Grambling. Those are the Bayou Classic and then the Boombox Classic. Those are two games that are like must win. And then another one is Alcorn. Lord have mercy. Yes, Alcorn. Is Alcorn versus Southern another game for them? Because for us, it's Alcorn, Southern. I want to say FAMU is a must win for us as well. We can't be losing to FAMU. I ain't trying to be funny, but I mean, we have great record overall versus FAMU, but that's just one of those games where you just can't let them beat you. I didn't know that was another one. Okay. Let's look at these standings. For Texas Southern, Mr. Ford refers to them as perennial losers, but Texas Southern was not playing this season, and I like what I see with Coach Dishman. They did just lose their quarterback, KJ Cooper, to the transfer portal. I always say portal. Like, that's so country. They were 5-3 overall in the SWAC, 6-5 overall. Let me look at Texas Southern real quick. Because I was impressed, but I was kind of confused on some of the games. Like, they'll do really, really well, and then all of a sudden so the Prairie, that's why, like, for the West, it's kind of like already sold up. Week 1 is already sold up. It's Prairie View versus or Prairie View versus Texas Southern. And it's going to be the same way next year. Week 1, everything's going to be whoever wins that game is more than likely going to win the West, unless we see Southern make some drastic changes. So they lost to Prairie View by 1. Then they won against Valley by 3. They don't even have Arkansas UAPB on here. So what happened with that game? They don't even have the time or the result on that. I think they won that game. Or did they lose? I want to say they might have lost that game. They beat Grambling by 1. They beat Virginia Lynchburg by 50. Then they got, I don't even know what happened. Alcorn State, like, they drank that Michael Jordan special juice because Alcorn whooped them 14-33. Then you know they're going to lose to Alabama State 24-42, and they beat Southern and they beat Alabama A&M. So for me, I'm trying to figure out where the Alcorn drop-off came from. I don't know. I think they did lose to UAPB. It doesn't say the score. They did beat Alcorn. Oh, that's the big one. They beat Southern. Okay. I had no idea. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Southern, post-Southern. They just got skull drug for real. You talking about a demoralizing season? They got whooped by Central. They beat Valley barely. Lost to Alabama State, Fresno State, Jackson State, Bethune-Cookman, Prairie View, Florida A&M, Arkansas Pine Bluff, Alcorn State, Texas Southern. That was a rough season. And I think the roughest part about it is that they lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games at home. But I will say this. Shout out to Southern fans because they went 2-10 overall for the season, but Southern still ended up being 3rd overall in all of FCS in attendance. Like, they literally lost every game, but they still showed up at home to support their team. All right, y'all. I'm going to get up off of here. I do want to say maybe we'll go over the huddle. I have to figure that stuff out, like what's going on with my computer or my internet or whatever. I shouldn't have no issues because I literally stream from my TVs, but maybe it's taking away too much memory. So hopefully we'll get that resolved so that we can watch those huddle videos. And Mr. Ford said come back on Friday, but I don't know if I want to be spending my Friday night talking about the Celebration Bowl. I'll rather probably maybe on Thursday night, like just talk about the Celebration Bowl in terms of the matchup and who do we think is going to win. Or we could not talk about them at all. Like, it's up to y'all what y'all want to talk about. By Thursday, we should have the official announcement of the new head coach of FAMU, and we'll have some more transfer portal updates. So everybody have a blessed evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. And don't get worried about all these folks hopping in the portal. Good night.
How you gonna fix it? You done messed me up to jobless visit. I done called the police because I'm doing a refund. A refund is due unto me. Don't feel like I just been abused out here today. God ain't pleased with this. You can't do the saints like this. Boy, I don't even know what I'm gonna sit out here telling the police cop. I'm gonna sit out here telling the police cop. I'm doing a refund. Cause I'm doing one of me. He made it big time, Willie. Willie! Willie! He gone! Willie!
Man, hey, write a check your ass in cash, man. That's all I can say.
I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around, and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days. The clouds hang low. I can hardly see the road. I ask the question, Lord. Lord, why so much pain? But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see. So I'll just say, thank you, Lord. I won't complain. But He is so good to me. He's been good to me. More than this world I could ever be. He's been so good. But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see. So I'll just say,